Hey guys, old blue Accord back. How are y'all doing today? I'm gonna go ahead and do a little brush up on the Honda. It's been it was a good fall. I got quite a few miles on it, and let's see, where am I at here? Oh well, I'm way up there. So yeah, it was kind of it was a good ride, and but I had two little that I mentioned in the other video, and the first one has got some kind of upper end noise. Now the motor's cold and everything. We're going to go ahead and do a cold start. Yeah, it's ice cold. It's been probably a couple months since I drove it. It's end of January now. I probably stopped driving it about 2 weeks before, at least 2 weeks before Christmas. And I tried to just drive it in fair weather. I'll give you the battery check because people say you can't leave your car sitting more than 3 days and the battery goes bad, so we'll go ahead and throw that out the window. So we're at 11.92 right now, sitting. I thought about charging the battery the other day, and actually I kind of forgot. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start it, and you're not probably going to hear the noise with this type of microphone, but what I am going to do is I'm going to move the wheels back and forth, and we'll see if the power steering acts up. It'll make a very funny shuddering noise, and the steering wheel will actually kick back a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start it, let it run a minute, and we'll see what we got. So this is the January 2025, and it's ice cold, like I said. I didn't prime the fuel pump, and it's been at least a month and a half that it hasn't been running, so we're off to the races. And you can kind of tell the motor sounds good. I don't think we're going to be able to hear that noise that I've been hearing. There it is, charging the battery. But I'll go ahead, and I don't want to leave it. I've got the door closed to the back. It's pretty cold out still. I'm going to go ahead and try the power steering real quick. And then what we'll do is we'll just move it. I'm going to try to get the camera in as close as I can and see if we can hear that noise. I'm skeptical that we're going to be able to hear it. We're going to try it. It's going to go back and forth. Yeah. Here it kicks back a little bit. And actually, for me, I can see the tip of the tire, and it's doing this. Weird. I'm probably going to have one of my buddies who's a big Honda guy kind of look at it. But you might be able to see it. Let me see if we can get the tire. I'll get down low here on this tire, and we'll do it again while we're letting it run here. Now, of course, I got E85 in the tank, and I read again. Somebody said you can't leave it in there more than a few weeks. It all goes bad, and here we are. Let's try it again. So yeah, smooth that way. Yeah, right there. The tire shakes a little bit. There's some kind of noise kickback through the steering wheel. So I've got to investigate that. Now again, with this car, and I've talked about it before, everything's original. So that's probably an important point, that everything on this car is pretty much original. So original steering rack, original power steering pump, I've never had the engine apart. I think some people get confused on that. It's not one of these cars that I have friends that say their cars last forever, and he's like rebuilt the motor 3 times and done the head gasket 14 times, and that's fine, and he likes his car, but that's not really a very original car. This car has never had any kind of major motor work done to it at all, and that's important. It's unusual because of course the mileage and everything and age, and as you can tell, most of the hoses and everything else that are underneath it are original. So anything can happen, but it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to do a little research on it. It appears like it's only doing it to the right. And I'm on the ground with pressure. Now the tires are wide, they're oversized tires, and that's hard on a steering rack. But I'm gonna have to think about what's going on there. And again, as far as the top end noise, I don't really hear anything. Let's see if we can do it when we rev up. Yeah, but the motor's pretty cold still. But idling and stuff, you don't hear the little tick, tick, tick. But I think the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull this, when the engine cools down, we'll pull the valve cover and we'll go ahead and give it a good, check the valve lash and stuff. Maybe I got a rocker that's bad. It's more of an underload thing to me, so it's going to be really hard to replicate unless I just absolutely catch it. But yeah, otherwise she's running good, as you can tell. No misfires, no problems. If you look at the air-fuel ratio, sometimes some people I get some questions about the E85 setup, but not that many. But yeah, as it warms up, yeah, it's going to 14.7. So that's right. So it'll warm up pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the garage here. We're going to get this car moved out, and I've actually got to work on my wife's Subaru, so of course, but nah, just got to change the oil. It's a good day for it though. It's almost 40 out. And that's pretty much the update on the Honda. Go ahead and look at the mileage, and I'm just going to let it run here a little bit more and charge that battery. Now of course I get some questions about the Sprinter van too, which I guess that is my newest vehicle. And the problem with the Sprinter van, excuse me, today especially, is it's stuck where I parked it. So for whatever reason, it's stuck in the ground, and it's been cold. And the ground doesn't really freeze here, but it probably did a little bit. And since it's about 45 today, I guess, and maybe that front tire's flat, I can't get it to move. It just spins the tires. So I'll have to work on that. I was going to do the transmission and check the fluid today, but and then the transmission felt great. And that's just typical how it is. But I'd like to get it checked, the fluid checked on level ground. And I did get it a quart just to top it off that Valvoline Max Life. So that's where we're at with that. Kind of held up. I'm letting my heat out, so I'm going to go ahead and hang this up, let y'all get back to what you're doing, and I'll get back to what I'm doing. And appreciate everybody looking. And again, yeah, I can hear it here. It's like the steering wheel kicks back a little bit. You can feel it in your hand, you can't really hear it. Now it's a little better as it's warmed up too, it's funny. And of course idle. And I have changed the fluid in it before. A lot of times you do that on Hondas, you just take this off, and I suck all the fluid out and I put new in. So it should have really good fluid, and I'm pretty good about doing my fluids. But as far as anything else, I don't know. Everything else is original. Alright guys, well thanks a lot, Old Blue Accord. It's a 10-minute video. Roll this baby out and roll something else in. Thanks a lot for looking. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.